Hey, listen, my name's Terrell Brown. I'm an investment manager. I'm here with Punto on the Spot podcast. Shout out to Chris Gotti as well as Yvie. Number one, independent distribution company out there. Independent artists, go sign up. A little bit about me. I'm an investment manager. I invest in stocks, bonds, real estate, and private companies. Y'all about to get some knowledge today on investing. So stay tuned, tune in, subscribe, download, and really support.
DTF Radio, highly unique radio. We're here at Punto The Spot. Powered by Adventure Music.
Yeah.
Powered by
Adventures
Music.
That's right.
And we're back.
Yes, sir.
And we're on.
Yes, sir.
All right, so let's get right into it. Our first guest, man, he goes by the name of Terrell J. Brown, CEO of Sit Berkso Inc., is a Wall Street investment manager, former hedge fund analyst. Terrell has experience in financial analysis, corporate valuations, and investments. Terrell has worked with the top-tier hedge funds, including Seminole Capital.
Oh, yeah.
He has an extraordinary skill for identifying excellent, undervalued investment opportunities.
Just like me.
Welcome to the show,
All right.
Terrell
Yeah,
J. Brown.
Yeah. Listen. That's
And yes, he is a black brother.
That's
yes,
right.
He is.
He's a brother. That's right.
Yes, he is a black brother.
Right.
Yeah, I got a quick question for you, Terrell.
Thank
Out
you
the
for
gate.
coming. Now, first of all,
Aping
thank
the
you for
flesh
coming.
out the
Thank you
gate.
for
Hey,
coming.
thank y'all for having
Absolutely.
me, man. It's
Yeah.
a pleasure.
Absolutely.
That's it.
Yeah, my question to Terrell, though, is how does a black man, because we don't usually see black men in this type of,
We'll get used to it.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying, though, how did you get into this field? Basically, that's what I'm
Okay.
trying to ask you.
No, that's a good question, man. I think a few different things. I was actually a basketball player, so I used to play ball, and then I went to Division I. I got homesick. I came home, and at that time, growing up, I'm originally from Camden, so growing
shout
up,
out to Camden, New
yeah,
Jersey.
shout out. And just growing up,
Killer Camden.
I've always wanted to just make money. So I just said, okay, all right. I started watching Wall Street, the movie with Gordon Gekko and everybody from there. But then I really started, at that point, I started to really educate myself and say, how can I get to Wall Street? So I was going to go to Howard to play basketball, but I ended up going to Drew University because it had a Wall Street program.
Okay.
And then that's when I started to read about, the rest in peace Reginald Lewis. So he, a pioneer on Wall Street, and some of the other people that actually worked on Wall Street. And then from there, just like anything else, I just started networking and really reaching out to people that was on Wall Street.
Right.
And it's just funny. I wish they would have told me some of the things that I actually know now, and it's not as difficult as they really make it seem.
Right. That's excellent, man.
So I'm going to jump into the question.
Hold on, I want to ask him one question before you, because you're going to get into some other stuff. I just want to go back. I want to go
right
back
ahead. Go right
and
ahead.
ask him about. You can't just throw. He was a D1 basketball player. Like what? Like talk. I want to know a little bit about that. Why'd you stop playing? Is the question.
Yeah, so when I have two older brothers too. One went to North Carolina, played, and one went to Tulane. They was like prototypical guys for
Excellent.
the NFL. And when I seen that they didn't make the NFL, I knew at that point, I said, listen, I'm probably not going to be in the league. I can't be Michael Jordan in basketball, but I can be Michael Jordan in business. So it was just a realization. I said, if I spend all this time, hooping, I can actually do that in the business world. And then if I did that in business, I'll make a lot of money.
Right.
And then they'll probably, come and ask me for a job. And that's how it's starting to look.
Okay.
That's
I was wondering if you had got hurt. That's why I said.
No, not even hurt. And then part of it too. I
Do you
lost
still
the
play?
love of the game. Nah, I don't. Just work is taking so much of my time.
Man, you got to do something, brother.
No. Hey, listen.
You want to get on the golf course?
No. Shout out to Jerry Powell, who do got the best
Jerry.
trainer. That's my guy. I said
Jerry,
so. If I do hoop, I'll train with Jerry, and I might get.
I'm gonna get Jerry up here.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get Jerry up here. Yeah.
You got to bring.
He's
my
over.
brain.
He's with. Come on, Shamgard. He's over at Dallas, right? He's working with Dallas now.
I mean, I know he was telling me he's with that Basketball City.
Now we helped him. We helped him get a deal with Dallas
Okay.
Mavericks,
Good,
and he'll
good.
be over there with Shamgard working with Dallas and help developing some of those plays and
No,
training
that's
those plays.
man. Yeah. Jerry's literally, in my opinion, man, the best
Trainer.
So, best. I mean, skill development trainer, not like for strength and condition, but skill development trainer.
And
in the
IQ.
world. So
I could even throw the IQ, because the way he trains you, he teaches you why, not just what to do. He tells you after you learn what you're doing why this is gonna work
Right.
when you do it.
Reinforcement.
And that to me is like really strong from a basketball trainer.
Right.
But go ahead, Dex, get to your
Okay.
question.
I just want to get into the meat and the potatoes. You know, like I just read off your resume, and I could just hear, you know, like the opposite sex salivating. So I'm wondering what it is when you on Wall Street.
What do you mean?
and
Hold on. What's the,
No, I'm saying,
for the money?
I'm
For the
saying
money?
Yeah, he's a wall. Listen to me. Unbeknown, there's people out here. Listen to me. They trolling hard. You understand what I'm saying? Hedge fund, Wall Street, black dude.
Yeah.
They out there. Who is this dude?
Right, I
So I'm
got
saying
you.
when you out there coming, you know, on your lunch breaks, walking through Wall Street and different, like what?
You
what
know,
is it
when we
like,
was
you know
young,
what
I'm going to just jump in and say something too with that. When he said that, when we was young, what was the number one profession? You're a kid. You're back to 15, 16 years old in high school. What was the number one profession?
For me, it was hustling.
No, come on. You know what I'm talking about. You talking about street shit. I'm talking about if you was like, you understand the question I'm saying? Like, what did the kids at that era, not the street niggas,
They wanted to be
Sports.
in sports.
sports is always there, but
Doctors, lawyers,
there you go.
professions.
That was the number one profession, being a doctor, a lawyer.
Okay.
Today, doctors and lawyers ain't the number one profession. The financial institutions, that hedge fund, and it's all because of the numbers.
And
It's all because of the numbers. If you look at the numbers that the hedge funds are generating, the value dollar-wise, they're in the trillions. It's not even close compared to a doctor or a lawyer in that standpoint.
This is why I'm asking him about his, like, you know, somewhat his social life because of his background, the elements with which he played. You know, say if you're looking for a hedge fund dude, you go and hang out where hedge fund people hang out at. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to get an insight from his perspective on the social activity it's like. A young black man, you know, doing his thing. You know what I'm saying?
These are good, really good questions. I think from a lot of different standpoints. Just for me, I've always been a private dude my whole life, and luckily I used to play basketball, so it never really affected me on that level. And I think some people, more than anything, what you probably see, they're really intimidated to approach you, right? So they don't know how to really have a conversation with you, and just like, okay, is this person cool? And I don't really hang out much, so
I
I'm
don't
really
think
I'm spending.
the females have a problem approaching.
No, I
you,
think
brother.
it just because you have to think and the certain circumstances. So if someone they don't know you and y'all don't really have that bond, if y'all can't build a bond and we're not spending a lot of time together, they're kind of afraid. And then even people in corporate, you have to think there's a few black people they're afraid to even have a conversation with you because they might think, well, white people are going to think or other people like that.
That's a
but I already
fact.
own my own company, so it's just like even in the office, right? Like another black person, he might see me whether male or female. And then like, oh, wow, how is this guy able to do what he do and walk around like that? I'm like, and that's part of just the independence, right? When you have ownership, nobody can tell you what you can do or
Facts.
you can do. And I just think, even people of color too much, they try to fit into a mold rather than having their own mentality. So even based on even some of the women, they have that same philosophy.
So I was trying to get the exciting things out for the younger black brothers and sisters as well to understand that being a hedge fund person in these type of fields is exciting. GQ Playboy life as well. You know.
Oh
what I'm
yeah, I
saying?
mean that
So
that's
they
part
might
of some
be-
people. Yeah, some
might
people
not know. They
Yeah,
think
yeah.
it's
So,
just-
I think some people.
I want to
they
know
want
what
that.
are you looking for,
yeah.
man?
No, I'm just trying to.
Are you looking for the new hot stock?
No,
or are you looking for? Are you looking
trying
for
to get-
something
I'm
else?
trying to show. I'm trying to show our younger black and brown brothers that in some of these professions you can still have a lot of swag.
Yeah.
Well,
and,
of
and
course.
be cool. You know, some people think
Listen to
certain
me.
jobs are square and
Yeah.
they're gonna be corny.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But
Nah, but listen, with money you could be as sexy as you want to be with money.
That's real.
And that's the bottom line. Like I go out with all these hedge fund guys that are billionaires and hang out with them. They may not know how to move, but they know how to spend it.
That's right.
And the money's not the issue. It's a different level, the way they move. So yeah, it's the revenge of the nerds, man.
Right.
Think of it like that. Like,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? These smart guys that are making all this money and creating this wealth, they do what they want.
Right.
And and here's a young brother in the middle of that right now.
Right.
He's creating that for himself, which is a beautiful thing.
That's
that
giving
could
back,
transcend
too.
into other things. Exactly.
Right. Yeah.
So Terrell, what kind of advice or information can you offer new investors?
I think first, number one, man, you just got to educate yourself. So there's a lot with the internet, there's a lot of information out there, but there's good information, there's bad information.
How do you know what's good or bad? If you're uneducated, if you're not in the financial space like that, how will I know? Like, it sounds good to me.
talk to someone not that's
selling information, talk to a millionaire who's making money. So a practitioner is going to tell you something different than somebody who's talking about doing it.
It's funny. I was talking to someone just yesterday. They called me, and I don't know. I always get the craziest calls. No, this, seriously, like it's a technology.
Yeah.
And he basically could change the color of, let's say, the sneakers or things like even a car. He puts this little, like a size of a pencil, the point of a pencil embedded in this surface, and it could change the color of whatever it is in seconds. Like, he showed it to me in real time. It's crazy. He did it with Nikes. Wow. So the swoosh on the Nike. So say you bought a pair of white on whites and you got your swoosh and you want to change it to red because you got a red outfit. Boom. He changed it to red. You want to change it to blue. Boom. He changed it to blue. Again, incredible technology. We got to talking, and I always look at, for me, like when Dex asked when I said, how do you know? I'm blessed to have talked to so many different companies, investors, so I kind of get a knowledge of what's good or bad and why. And one of the things that I seen that I didn't like was he's infringing on everyone else's intellectual property. He has an intellectual property on what he does, that technology, but then he wants to license it out to everyone else. And I gave him my story. I had a problem. I had a technology. If you ever watch TNT and you see how you're watching a show, and then all of a sudden you see a commercial basically while you're watching the show. It comes on the screen at the bottom, and it promotes the next show coming up, and then it disappears. So my guy Rocky Wright from LA created that technology. Me and my boy Todd, we sold it to Cleveland Cavaliers, Lincoln. You know, we sold it all over, and it was a little thing that lived in the bottom of your that tool tray of your computer, you know, at the bottom, and it would pop up whenever we wanted to market whatever we wanted to, and then we converted it for television for that same purpose. But then I went to go sell it to a friend, a dear friend, a billionaire, JR, you know what I'm saying, Rittinger, and he really explained to me why he wouldn't sell it. I mean, he wanted to buy the technology. He wouldn't let me license it from him because he said, you're taking my business and you're going to own my business with that technology, and I'll never let you do it. And I didn't understand it at that time. And he pulled his checkbook out and wrote a check for $20 million. And I called Rocky to try and get the deal done, and he wouldn't do it. So he said, I'm going to take that same check and build exactly what you have, but different, so he owns it, right, without infringing, and you can't stop him. And that's exactly what the fuck he did. And that's what I told him when he's talking about he's going to go to Nike. I said, Nike's not going to let you do that. You know, as cool as it is, that has to be sold as an after product to Nike, not with Nike. And they'll block you. They could even sign you and block you. So if it got crazy, they could sign you and block you. But, you know, all types of ways to make money or do business, and you have to learn how to vet it out. You know, so I always, and then what else I do, Terrell, was I always talk about the independent artist. So with Adventures, we do services.
Okay.
So all the services, everyone tells me they could do something. I have to vet them out before I allow them to be on my platform. And then if they can't show me why it works and justify the price, they can't come in. So I protect my artists in that way. So I vet them out. That's basically what we're asking you. How do you vet out?
Yeah, that's the secret sauce. So you know, that's why my partners and you know, and even our investors, you know, they really pay me to have that secret sauce. But I think just in general, just like anything with people they can vet out, it's like, okay, invest in what you know. Like I hear a lot of people, since we in a digital age, they want to invest in technology. So I was talking to someone, and she actually worked for like BP and a lot of oil companies cleaning up spills, but she was about to hire a financial advisor and saying, okay, you know, I'm gonna go, can you invest my money? He was gonna invest in some new tech startup company and things like that. So I started talking to her. I said, and she told me all these oil companies. I used to be in oil business too, and she knew the business inside and out. I said, you might as well start a business. You see all the different inefficiencies and things like that. Spend your money doing that, and then put your money maybe, or look at some of these oil stocks because you already know the best company. So really just invest into what you know, whether it's sports, it can be oil, it can be whatever it is. Invest in what you know. And then the greatest form of capital is really human capital. capital people. So they pay off the greatest dividends.
Talk to 'em.
So invest in good people that you already see that's growing, that's progressing. So you say that if this person made this progress over this last 10 years, imagine what they're going to do probably in the next 10 years. And if you can, make an investment in that person or that business in some form, I would definitely recommend doing that.
All right. Can you talk about some of your other business adventures? Like, are you involved in sports or anything like that?
Yeah. I actually just not too long ago, Chris, me and Chris, we actually working on some stuff on the sports market.
I feel bad because he's here and I owe him a ton of information that I didn't get to him yet.
That's true.
And I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
Who booked Terrell?
Wasn't me, boss. Wasn't me, boss.
I looked down. I said, "Shit,
Yeah.
he's on tonight." Oh man.
Yeah, we
No, but I
definitely
do
that
own
information.
paperwork
Yeah.
because we're doing different business with some stuff with Phil Ivy and things of that nature.
Okay.
Like he put some financial plans together to raise capital and how to actually execute the business of what we want to do. So we definitely are gonna be working together.
Did you implement my format, my idea about finding a company or something to finance these independent artists?
I didn't ask him about that, so you could ask him about that.
Here's a question. Here's an idea I've been trying to brainstorm with Chris.
Okay.
A lot of these independent artists, they have talent,
Yep.
they have a team, they just don't have finances.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see anything out there, and I would like to see if I could help put something together where artists who want to move a project, would just like when you go into a store and you want to buy a watch, you fill out instant credit and they approve you for X amount. Situations like that where maybe a first-time artist could maybe get a loan for maybe $3,000 to invest in his, his project.
So those are great questions, and you have to understand capital in general. When someone lends that money out, they want principal and interest back. Mm-hmm. So to the extent that person or that independent artist can show them that they can actually pay that loan back by the money that they're generating, whether it's selling merchandise, whether it's doing shows, whatever, or it's some form, they should do that. But I have a strategic partner, and we work and help small to mid-sized businesses, really, because 99% of small businesses fail. So most of those independent artists, if you don't have the system and the infrastructure, you're probably going to fail. Because it's not just the music. It's not music. It's the music business. So you need to understand the music business and all the different revenues. So in terms of raising capital or how to obtain funding is what you're asking. I think a lot of those independent artists understand that it's a business and make sure your business can actually generate revenue and produce some type of cash flow. And or if they have a family member, let's say them or their family member, they have good credit and they have some type of income, they can get some loans. We can help them get loans via that person, and then they can come up, borrow the money from them and get it that way if that person really believe in their dreams and things like that.
All right.
Because the reason I brought that up, because for these independent artists, remember they own their intellectual property, so that's a beginning good start right there. You have negotiating power. You know what I'm saying? Over if you can prove your intellectual.
That's true, and that's some part of with the data and different things like that. But one thing with the even intellectual, with the artists, I will tell them. It's like balling. Everybody nowadays wants to be a rapper. I'm not a dream killer at all. You may be the next big artist, or not just a rapper. You may be the next big artist. But me, if I was getting into the business, I would actually do video, because I'll see all these people, wanting to do this, and then I can, you get $300 to $500 per video, and it's so easy to do that. And then you can charge for additional services, editing and things like that. So as an artist, any independent artist, understand the business first as you get into the business, and then figure out the best way and how to finance that business. And even if you don't got the money, say, all right, listen, I may not be the best artist, but I'm going to pull all our money. It might be 100 of us. I'm going to pull all our money, all the guys in New York, and then we're going to do that. We're going to build a company and build it that way. And then come to a guy like Chris Gotti and say, listen, we got, 50 people with 3,000 people, and then he got the distribution and the infrastructure in place.
That's a great way to build a business. But if you're an artist, right, there's a passion attached to being an artist. And if you're an artist, I'm not selling you're gonna be Drake, Jay-Z, or anything like that. I'm just selling you could create a business. Mm-hmm. No matter how good or bad you are from being an artist.
Right.
You just got to understand how to do that and what to do, and we could get it done.
Right.
And that's the beauty of what I'm doing with Adventures. Is so it allows and empowers all of those guys to get that done. Yeah. And then, of course, the service provider. So when you say video, that's where you see it. That's, of course, wide open from a visual standpoint, they need that. They need someone that's going to help them create that.
In a
content.
digital age, so we're in a digital age. Everything, picture is worth 1,000 words. Video probably worth 10,000. And now you have very little competition, and it's like, okay, if you're that independent artist, you may not be the next Jay-Z or Drake or whomever that is, but you can still generate revenue. You can still feed your family earn an income, right?
Facts.
So now because you get to go tour, you get to sell your merchandise, you get to do all these things, pretty much almost for nothing, right? So you take a guy like Chris who really have the label infrastructure and is giving it to you almost
for
free.
nothing.
Yeah. Right.
So you can't beat that. If I was an independent artist, I'll be signing up so fast and calling Chris like 100 times a day. Chris.
No, you can't. See that's what they want. But for $300, you can't fucking talk to me.
No, and I get it.
Like that. Like now, mind you, I will answer questions through my DM, but just imagine I'm trying to empower a lot of people, millions of people. I can't talk to millions of people and get work done.
Yeah, that's true.
So they don't understand it, and it's where's my value? If you think I'm worth $300, you're sadly mistaken. I'm not. I don't even want it.
Yeah.
Like, please don't even look at me. I don't even want you to look at me for $300. Maybe you could look at me for $300. Everyone in this room owes me a few dollars right now.
No, but that's another good thing too, because I had to learn that before. When I was just coming up, I was trying to I would reach out. I had a lot of relationships. So I would reach out to really powerful people, and then this one billionaire, they will remain nameless.
Yeah.
They chewed me out so bad, like so bad, and I felt so embarrassed. I said I will never, go reach out to somebody else.
Did they make sense though?
No, it made so much sense in the world. And it was the best thing that I needed at that time.
Because
right?
that's what they do. That's the billionaire chew out. I get it too, but it really educates you and why they like that, and you understand and you move better.
And they did it out of love. So I just said, man, now the person there, that person at that level, even for them to even tell me that information. So now I'm gonna be more prepared. So when I go back to them, there's a value add for that person. And rather, so if it's like a Chris Gotti, who's the CEO of the company, I'm not going to come to the CEO and come with some BS. I'm going to say, hey, Chris, listen, I got this new idea. I got this. And this is how we can actually disintermediate this or actually get more market share. And I've got this whole plan. Boom. I've did my homework on the competition. What do you think?
Right.
Okay.
No, that's it.
You're listening to Talk with Terrell J. Brown, CEO of Sit Berkso Inc. That's who we talking to, people, and we still talking.
It's not Terrell.
That's right.
No, I'm saying it's action, but we.
No, he's saying his name is not Terrell. He didn't get you. Terrell.
That's my New Orleans slang.
Okay.
Don't worry, he can't say Massachusetts either.
Yeah.
But it's real good, interesting. I'm looking at my listeners and my view. They
absolutely.
interested in the stuff.
If someone's trying to find you or get involved with you, how would they do that? Because you know what I'm saying. How would they find you or get involved with you? Where could they find you at? You have Instagram?
I've been low key my whole life, but I literally just created Instagram
You
about
have
3-4 days. I believe that. Listen.
Right.
We in a digital age, and you can. Master P said he sold 75 million records. If you can do that, and you can get to the whole entire world just off the internet. So you can just literally my name Terrell J Brown, LinkedIn. Just create a Twitter, Instagram. My phone number is there. My email. I do answer. I respond to everything. Right. So I believe in engagement and actually being real with people and touching them. And then now, but the same thing like Chris said, just make sure whatever you do, if you want to do something, have something of value, and put proposal or something together, and I'll respond directly to you.
Absolutely. Thanks for
So is there any seminars, anything that you do though?
I'm now doing some. I'm beginning to do some workshops and things like that, talking to the community within. I'm speaking at Fordham and Fordham University about investing come June, I believe June 3rd.
Okay, in the Bronx.
Then, actually the one in Midtown.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Bronx, I guess. They ain't putting up the numbers yet, but
it's all right.
But no, we still love y'all too, the Bronx.
BX, we with you, brothers.
Yeah. But no, so that, and then I have I think on like the 29th, I just have some more radio things like that to really empower the people, really about creating generational wealth. And I think the stock market is the best way because you can become a part owner in all these different businesses.
Right.
Just stock market or hedge fund.
No, I think the stock market in general, because if you look at even Warren Buffett, right? So you get the stock market, all they are businesses. But if Adventures, like if someone wanted to invest in Adventures, it's private. You can say no.
Yeah.
But if a company is growing on a stock market, you become a part owner and you grow with that company.
Right.
And so just the New York Stock Exchange have 13,000 companies in general. And then
Right.
you take the whole entire, let's say we say China, India, Africa, they're going through an industrial revolution as well as the technological revolution,
Absolutely.
all at the same time. So they were the U.S. was at kind of like in the 1930s.
Yeah.
So all those new companies have yet to be created. You become part owner and you get extremely wealthy.
Yeah.
I just got a couple questions for you right off the back, just quick, fast. Music you're listening to currently?
Man, I'm old school, but my uncle used to play for the Temptations, so I just listen to a lot of old school. I like Teddy Pendergrass.
I can dig it.
I like Teddy.
I do too.
That's for the ladies, y'all.
Favorite food?
Simple, man. I just came from the Friars today. I would say just
Sushi.
a regular hamburger.
Okay.
There it is.
All right, so thanks for coming by the El
Absolutely.
Punto The Spot show. You know what I'm saying? It was a pleasure chopping up
Yeah,
with
we
you.
enjoyed you, bro.
You know what I'm
Definitely.
saying? Keeping us
Yeah.
informed.
And we got a
abreast.
lot of stuff to do. I told you we're gonna off air. I told you I got some people we got to link up with. I'm gonna be
that?
using Terrell to help me with a lot of my financial things that I got to get in order, just to attack in a different way.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a great thing. I'm glad you came up. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for coming up and enjoying this, joining this show. El
Yeah.
Punto The Spot.
No problem, man. I'm happy to be
Bi-Lingual.
here. Yeah, happy to be here. And shout out to El Punto on the spot and all you
Yeah.
independent artists. You really do need to come and show support. And you see two good brothers right here, right? We collaborate. So
That's
believe
right.
in collaboration, believe in strategic partners. Teamwork do make the dream work. And if you don't
And
have
we
a
didn't
team,
know each other. We
yeah,
started
that's
working
true.
just because we
Yep.
met. He talked business sense. I got it. I understood it.
Right.
Yep.
And now we're going to be working.
Working together.
Whatever he's
Right.
talking to you about, he's gonna double up because you know we got a whole Latin community here with us.
Exactly.
Shout out to all my Latinos out there.
Shout
You know
out.
what I'm saying? Shout out to
Yeah.
Don Dinero and the whole team. You know what I mean?
That's
No,
right.
and I just want to say this on camera, man, truly, because they don't give people a lot of respect and props. I have the greatest deal of respect for Chris. Few people that we both
Thank
known
you.
each other for a long time,
Yeah.
but that he do business the right way. He's a great guy. He's fair. He's honest. He's transparent. And that's how you really want to do and have different partners or be in a relationship with anybody.
Right.
So really, I want to really tilt my hat to Chris
Man,
for that
thank
and just
you.
doing the right
Right.
thing.
I appreciate it.
Right.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Don't leave. We got more
Salute.
guests here that you might want to
Salute.
talk to.
No doubt.
Yeah. Oh, they're here. All right.
Thank
Marvelous.
y'all.
Give us something
Yeah,
to go.
El Punto
Give us
The
something to
Spot,
dance
y'all.
to.
DTF Radio, highly unique radio. We're here at El Punto The Spot, powered by Adventure